eclipse season has begun. It has started with the new moon in Taurus this week, and now we are heading toward the full moon in Sagittarius on May 26th. And with eclipse season starting, and things are going to start speeding up, things are going to start changing rapidly through you, in you, around you. And we're just going to feel now into any messages that are coming through for this time. Anything that your guides would like you to know. Okay, so we have strength first. Strength is, this card is about really leaning on your guides. This is about leaning on the divine. This is about relying on your higher self, knowing that you're stronger than the human that you think you are. That you know, this is saying, yes, I'm a human, but I'm also a divine being. I also have access to my higher self at all times. I have access to spirit at all times. I have access to my guides and my higher knowing. And tapping into that, this is going to be a time when it's more important than ever to tap into that frequently, to listen, to start your day saying, okay, my human mind does not know what's going on today. I am dwelling in uncertainty at all times. Please guide me. Okay? The more you do that as you move forward on your path with this Two of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the more you do that, the more you're going to be experiencing the flow. You're going to find the guidance where you look for it. You're going to find everything you need, but you will need to release fully anything you're holding on to from that old sense of security. This is the Four of Pentacles, and here, you know, they're kind of holding on like, oh, I don't want to get out of my tree. I don't want to hold on to the safety of these pentacles. It's going to be really important for you to let go of anything now that your ego, your mind, your human self clings to. And when I say let go, of course, I don't mean you're going to be able to do that fully all at once. None of us can who are alive. But working with letting go. You know, I got a very strong message from Spirit yesterday around how we all go around saying, these are the things I want to change about my life. These are the things that aren't working about my life. My life is getting difficult because it's that and the other. I don't want this in my life. I do want more of that in my life. What I was being shown, or what I heard, was the guides came in and they said, what is this, your life? What exactly is, you know, my life? Because the message I was being given is, we are alive, you're living, Spirit is breathing through you, living through you, experiencing through you. You are living this life. You are living as a being. But once we start attaching the my life and your life and this life, then we're really operating in the realm of attachment. And we're operating in the realm of our egos trying to control everything. And of course, that's what we're trained to do. That's what we are conditioned to do. So it's very normal for us to do that. It's to be expected. But in order to expand now, in order to receive all of the wonderful guidance, all of the great gifts that are coming in, it will be important to release the hold on my life and move more into a flow of, I am in flow with life. I am in flow with the divine. I'm not holding on to my life and saying I want to change this part of my life and I want to get more something in my life. Because all of that is about attachment, and it is also about self-judgment. It's about self-judgment because it's like a report card, right? Then you can look at your life and you can say, well, where has this gone wrong in my life? Where has that gone wrong in my life? Wow, I'm really off track in my life. It's a really big old way to judge yourself and to attach and to try to control. And it's a very effective way to hand the reins over to the ego. Okay, you run my life, when really we're being guided to be alive and be in flow with spirit. Okay, so, wow, this is crazy. I've got like crazy hairs sticking up on my head in my life. Okay, so I'm going to ask now for action guidance, because, you know, attachment leads to anxiety. Attachment leads to worry. Self-judgment certainly leads to anxiety and worry. And we're being guided now to move out of that worry, move into that strength, that leaning on the divine, leaning on the guides. Okay. So asking for action guidance now. Well, action guidance, we have 6 of Swords and 7 of Cups. 6 of Swords is about moving away from what is difficult, from what doesn't feel good. So when you have thoughts that don't feel good, that feel self-judging, that feel like, oh, this and that is not right in my life, to move into the options. Okay, Spirit, what are you showing me? This is the 7 of Cups. Okay. How are you sending in this beautiful dragon to fly me to the other side of this rainbow? Spirit, how are you sending in the guidance? I'm watching for it. Okay? Letting those doors open. Seeing how your guidance system is shifting from the mind, the ego, to the heart, to spirit. More and more and more. You know, you've been shifting this. You've been healing this. And it's really just this big shift, this big push to move from the mind as your guidance system to your soul as your guidance system. Your soul star. This is the star. Getting all your guidance from the divine, or as much as possible. You're still going to be a human with a brain, but just as much as possible. At least feeling like, you know what? 75-80% of the time, I'm listening to my heart. I'm listening to my guidance. There might be some times when my mind is definitely getting in there still. I can see it doing this and that. But overall, that guidance is coming through my soul, my heart, and knowing that. Being sure in that. Being confident in that. Because even when you're doing that, even when you're listening to your guidance, a lot of that doubt, a lot of those difficulties, when they come in, it's like, uh-oh, am I off track? Mm-hmm. And then it's just knowing, oh no, I just have to readjust my focus, okay? I'm going to ask for any other action guidance for this time. Anything else I'd like you to know. If you are listening to your guidance, if you are making these adjustments, not expecting yourself to achieve perfection, because that's not going to happen for any of us, you know, we're always going to have. The 80-20 rule is a very good one to follow. I believe it is a Buddhist principle, although that could be incorrect. But the 80-20 rule says that as long as you are doing whatever it is you're aiming to do 80% of the time, that's great. So if we're thinking about that report card on that self-judgment line, let's aim for B's, okay? Because A+, being a spiritual A+ person, is going to make you crazy. It's going to make you worry. It's not attainable, and it becomes its own limitation. Okay. So being confident, hey, 80% is good. If I can listen to my guidance and really be confident that I'm acting in my guidance 80% of the time, I'm confident as the Emperor that I'm on my right path. That will be important moving into this eclipse season. Be forgiving with yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. You can feel that breath already, right? When you're doing that, it gives those things that can come in and sort of pull you off track less of an opportunity to do that. Okay? It ends a cycle of needing to draw in from the outside world sources of judgment or sources of sabotage or sources of reflections of those things. You're dropping your agreement with them when you do this. When you say, you know what, I'm going to continue to be a human on a spiritual path. I'm not going to subject myself to self-judgment anymore. I'm not going to allow other people to do that to me. Beautiful.